I begged you to take me with you. I told you there was no danger in me going along. Would you listen to me? No. No, I'm only a woman.
Outlander Season 7 threw a huge curveball with Faith Fraser's story, and now all we can do is speculate about how it'll unfold in Season 8. The idea that Claire's stillborn daughter somehow survived already seems pretty wild, so whatever explanation the show gives will have to be just as out there. Back in Season 2, Claire gave birth to Faith after going into early labor due to Jamie's duel with Jack Randall. The baby was stillborn, leaving Claire heartbroken and barely surviving an infection until Master Raymond healed her. Now, in Season 7, Raymond appeared in Claire's dream, hinting that Faith somehow lived and even had 2 children, Jane and Fanny. How? That's still a mystery. So, let's dive into everything we know about Season 8. One of the wildest Outlander theories about Faith Fraser might just be true, and it all starts with a shocking possibility. Marie-Louise de la Tour may have switched her baby for Claire's. While this might sound like a stretch, Outlander has never been a show to shy away from the dramatic, and there are a few key details that make this theory plausible. While in France during Outlander Season 2, Claire formed an unlikely friendship with Marie-Louise de la Tour, who was also pregnant at the time. However, her unborn child was the illegitimate offspring of none other than Prince Charles Stuart, the Bonnie Prince himself. When Louise visited Claire after her tragic miscarriage, she was the one who took the infant's body to be buried. At first glance, this seemed like an act of compassion, but what if there was more to it? Louise appeared visibly pregnant when she visited Claire, instinctively holding her belly in grief. However, some fans speculate that she had already given birth and that the baby Claire mourned was actually Louise's deceased child. If true, this means Louise secretly took Claire's living baby as her own, ensuring the Jacobites would have a Stuart heir no matter what happened to Charles. But what if Claire didn't just lose one child that day? Another compelling theory suggests that she unknowingly gave birth to twins. Claire was in and out of consciousness during labor, and when she awoke, Mother Hildegard informed her that Faith was stillborn. However, Claire had no memory of this moment, leaving her vulnerable to deception. Since 18th century medicine had no reliable way to detect twin pregnancies, it's possible that Claire carried 2 babies without ever realizing it. If so, the deceased infant she held in her arms was truly buried in France, while her surviving twin went on to have descendants like Jane and Fanny Pocock. This raises the unsettling question, why would Mother Hildegard lie? And how did the surviving child come to be known as Faith and remember a song Claire sang in her grief? This is where Master Raymond enters the equation. Some believe he may have played a pivotal role in Faith Fraser's fate. As a known time traveler, Master Raymond has demonstrated an uncanny ability to manipulate events, and he may have transported Faith to the future for her own survival. The biggest clue supporting this theory comes from Season 2, when Claire sang "I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside" to her baby. Decades later, Fanny Pocock sings the exact same song, a song she should have no way of knowing. This suggests that Faith somehow lived long enough to remember it. Given the high mortality rate of premature infants in 18th century France, it seems unlikely that Faith could have survived without intervention. Could Master Raymond have taken Faith to the 21st century, ensuring she was raised safely before returning her to the past as a teenager? The time travel paradox deepens with the idea that Claire herself may have been involved in saving Faith. Throughout Outlander, Claire has exhibited healing abilities similar to Master Raymond, yet she has never fully explored their potential. In Season 7, Master Raymond appeared to Claire in a dream and apologizes, seemingly confirming his involvement in Faith's survival. But what if he wasn't apologizing for taking Faith? What if he was inspiring Claire to go back in time and heal her own daughter? If Claire learns that Faith survived, she might attempt to travel back to the day of her miscarriage to uncover the truth. However, if she finds her daughter alive, she may be forced to take her back to Fraser's Ridge to ensure her safety, creating yet another time loop in Outlander's intricate web of paradoxes. Of course, time travel isn't the only explanation for Faith's mysterious fate. Some believe Jamie's actions may have inadvertently revived his daughter. After being released from prison in Season 2, Jamie visited Faith's grave and left a silver spoon engraved with St. Andrew's image. While this seemed like a small gesture at the time, St. Andrew is famously associated with miracles, including bringing a dead child back to life. Could Jamie's act of devotion have unknowingly triggered supernatural forces, causing Faith to be reborn? If so, did she wake up in her grave only to be taken in by someone else, setting off the chain of events that led to her reappearance in Season 7? If Faith did survive, Gellis Duncan may have had a hand in her fate. Gellis has long been one of the most enigmatic characters in Outlander, driven by a ruthless determination to see a Stewart on the throne. Given that Faith was Jamie and Claire's child, Gellis may have viewed her as a valuable asset to the Jacobite cause. Outlander Season 7 confirmed that Gellis was alive in 1739 when Roger accidentally traveled to the wrong time, suggesting that she could have played a role in Faith's survival. If Gellis believed Faith could fulfill the prophecy of a 200-year-old baby, she might have taken her through time, raising her as part of her grand plan to alter history. This leads to one of the wildest Outlander theories yet. What if Faith Fraser grew up to become Gellis Duncan herself? While this may seem far-fetched, it would explain their striking similarities. Both women have red hair, an affinity for time travel, and an interest in mysticism. If Master Raymond transported Faith to the 20th century, she could have grown up there before returning to the past as Gellis. However, this would make Outlander's family tree even more complicated, as it would mean Claire and Jamie are the grandparents of their own enemy. This isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. Season 7 already revealed that William unknowingly slept with his niece, proving that Outlander isn't afraid to lean into complicated and unsettling twists. But what if Faith never survived at all? What if Master Raymond was only manipulating Claire into believing she did? The final and perhaps most heartbreaking theory suggests that Master Raymond merely wanted Claire to think her daughter was alive, using this belief to push Claire toward her full potential as a healer. Outlander has established that Master Raymond is not just a time traveler, but also a puppet master who steers events in a specific direction. If his goal was to unlock Claire's dormant abilities, convincing her that Faith survived may have been his way of forcing her to embrace her powers. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop, and if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.